Hi everyone, welcome back to another Cut Above with Chris. Right, I'm going to start this video off with not so much a competition, but the winner will get something that might last a very long time, or it might last 5 minutes, who knows. But I am looking for recommendations of a channel name for a fragrance channel. I've been thinking of a few things myself and I am struggling. I really am struggling trying to find something that suits me, who I am, and you guys probably have a better idea of who I am than I do. So the whole idea will be, obviously I get my usual comments down below, but if you pop down there channel names for a fragrance channel that would work for me, and hopefully I will get a channel up and running within the next week or two, and that name will stick with it and see where it goes. So I'll stop, we'll leave it there. Post your comments down below, post your options or your likes or whatever you want to do down there. Thumbs down the video, do whatever you like. Wickham shaving soap today, 1912, pretty much the first artisan shaving soap that came into my den. This one is Club Cola. I can't lift, well, I actually can. Is it written on the side? There we go. Club Cola. I've got a bit of warm water sitting on top of the soap. The soap is really, really hard now. It's obviously 2016, December 2016, so it's 4 years old this December. Still smells great, still works great. The balm feels like there's hardly anything in this now. How many mil is it? 50 mil. You don't seem to get quite as much out of this 50 mil as you do out of, say, 30 mil of AP Reserve or 30 mil of something else. It does seem to go quite quick. Right, the brush I've got soaking. Now, I'm actually going to be sending this brush back to Serjan over at Rhodium. Not to re-knot it straight away, but I'm just wanting to have a look at it and see what he thinks. And if he re-knots it, he re-knots it. It's entirely up to him. But I love the knot. I think it's fantastic. I love the handle. I think the brush overall, this brush itself, is just stunning. Now, if I take it out of the water, I've had it soaking. You can probably actually see where I've had it soaking to. You can see where it's dark and where it gets lighter around about there. So it's soaked to about a centimetre, roughly, from the handle. This is 28 millimetres of 2-band silver tip goodness. The tips have been treated. They do feel superb, and it does create a wonderful lather. Now I'm going to shake out some of the water from the brush, but not all of it. And then I'm going to load straight from the soap. So you can see there that the tips are still quite wet. Now I've lost a few hairs from this knot. To be honest, it hasn't bothered me quite as much as the Simpson brush did, or the Morrison Fondra for that fact. But it does lose a hair, at least a hair a shave, at least one. I think I've had 2 shaves recently where I didn't lose any. I'm just going to get the brush nice and loaded. And then move on to the face lather. Now, I'm using the straight razor today from the Stallion. Now, I don't have a strop yet. I said I wasn't going to use it until I got a strop. But I do have a couple of nice leather belts, which I have just turned into strops because I don't really wear jeans very often. And I don't wear belts very often, to be honest, either. So they are going to be my strops for the time being until I can afford one. Or afford a half decent strop, that is, or any strop. Whether it be first hand or brand new or second hand, it doesn't really matter. But when I get one. Right, I am done. Load is done. No hair's lost. I'm just going to rinse it. Actually, no, I'm going to wet my face first. I'm still not shaving my head because whatever's happened to my head with that sunscreen, it's made a hell of a mess. Now, granted, the fact that I'm probably spending a long time scratching it and shit when I'm sleeping. I think I am anyway, because they seem a bit sore in the morning. But they're not the most pleasant and most comfortable of things. They're actually quite uncomfortable, quite sore. So it really pays, I think, to use things that are good for your skin. Now, I'll just show you the ingredients list for Wickham 1912. There it is. 140 grams of soap, which I think is about, is that roughly 4 and a bit ounces? I've used a fair bit of this soap. This is by no means new. I reckon I've went probably through half of it. I actually honestly believed it was going to be the first soap that I would finish, this soap. but it wasn't the first soap I actually ever finished from start to finish that was a soap, was Face Fat Shaving Jaffa. That was the first one I ever finished from start to finish. The other one that I finished completely from start to finish was Art of Shaving Lemon Shaving Cream, which is a fantastic cream. One of the best I've used. Nothing lost. I'm not even going to look anymore. Like I say, I'm sending it over to Serjan to have a look at it. See what he thinks. The reason I pulled Wickham out today, I just watched an older video of Kevy Shaves using Burial Fields, I think it was, or Fields of Bury from the Gentleman's Groom Room, which I actually thought, for some reason, was made by the Shetland Soap Company, but it's not. It's made by Wickham, but it has a slightly different formula to his standard Wickham 1912. Hopefully this shave will stay around about the 20-minute mark. My shaves generally are about 20 minutes. By the time I do my first stroke with the razor, I'm normally around about 9-10 minutes, because I lather for quite a while. That's just me. Well, it's not just me, but that's how I do it. I also watched a video from IronCDB. I watched a few videos this morning. I haven't commented on all of them, but I've commented on quite a few. One with IronCDB looking for recommendations for a synthetic knot with loads of backbone and tons of scrub. And the first knot that sprung to mind straight away was the Turn and Shave Ghost Knot, because that thing, I couldn't even use it for 3 passes without getting brush burn. It had that much scrub. It was bright white, it was as white as this soap on my face. Very nice looking knot. He actually sent me a lovely handle. The handle was beautiful, but I didn't get on with the knot, so I gave the brush away. I think I did a giveaway with it. Holy shit. So now that, really for like Jack and stuff like that, it's a little bit dry. I'm going to stick with it at that. I like that consistency. Probably a little bit dry, to be honest, for straight razor. Right, let me just dip the tips again. Look at that. Holy shit. Oh, there's the first casualty. It's only one. I can live with that. Right, here we go. There is the brush, lovely and loaded. I'll set that to the side. Pull out the straight. Now I've stropped this on the rough side of the belt, and I've stropped it on the smooth side of the belt. I did 30 of each side. I may have rolled the edge, I may have screwed the edge, although I did notice when I just tried to just touch the blade earlier, it sliced into my thumb. Didn't go deep, but it just took that top layer. So it's obviously still sharp. Hopefully I haven't screwed up the edge. I have noticed I haven't been the most careful with it, sadly. I need to be more careful with these because I know they are carbon steel. You can see just here, hopefully Just a little bit of a mark there. There it is. Rust. You've got to be careful with these, you've got to really dry them. It's quite hard to get in and dry them all the way down. Probably the way that I deal with the razor by dipping it in the water doesn't help. And here we go, straight razor shave. Let's see how it feels with my shitty stropping technique. Now this was honed by the stallion, Anthony Esposito. It was sent to me from the stallion, it was a gift, and I think I screwed up the edge. It's way worse than it was, I think, way worse. That brought tears to my eyes. We'll struggle through this one anyway. I mean, I think the good thing and the bad thing is I've used my Druidic and Henkel's razor, Henkel's Fredo. And they were both very, very smooth and very sharp edges. This one, when I first got it, I think, to be honest, I probably should have stropped it straight away even though I didn't have a strop. I think that does help, especially when it came in transit. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. It's certainly, it's not rough, it's just, it doesn't feel obviously like a feather blade which is machine edged, it doesn't. You can tell it's not super sharp because it's causing my eyes to flicker on my lip, so it's not as sharp as it was. I've actually taken a bit of the edge off it and that's my fault. So if you watch this, Anthony, I'm sorry mate, it's my fault. Oh, fuck the edge. It's not completely screwed, but it's certainly not as smooth as it was. I'm certainly noticing a difference though in my technique with it. I think my recent use and sort of every shave use with the Chevette from Feather has really improved my technique, my angles, my feel, my touch. So albeit that blade's not super sharp and it feels slightly rough, it's definitely rougher than it was. It was really highlighting how good the hone was in the beginning, to be honest. Like I say, it's all down to my fault. Certainly, I mean that's nowhere near as close as I get with the Chevette, but once again, you're not going to get that close with a hand-honed edge, and as far as I'm concerned, it's just never going to be there. You have to, that's why the beard reduction technique of shaving several passes is what's required with a straight razor. At least two, one with and one against. And then I also watched Jack from the Virtual Groom Room. He used Imperial Rum. I think it's Imperial Rum from Wickham. Loves the scent. The scent does actually intrigue me. I like the idea of that scent as well. Very line forward. Now, as far as I'm aware, I think is this a full hollow? These gold dolls, I never know. I've got no idea, to be honest. Right, let's just try it against the grain. I don't think it's going to be very comfortable, so I may have to switch out to the Calv. Yeah, that's not very comfortable then. I'm going to stop it there. I fucked the edge. I'll need to get this re-honed. I did actually contemplate getting just some cheap glass stones or something like that, just to try and put an edge back on it. It's certainly still sharp, it's still cutting, but it's not at the level I want it at. So I'm just going to... Switch to the Calv. Christopher Bradley razor. In aluminium, with the B plate, once again, for my daily shaves. And I've got a brand spanking new Gillette Super Stainless, the spoiler blade in here, vintage blade, fantastic blades. Wow. The thing is, straight razor shaving is a wonderful thing. It's certainly a technique. It has to be learned, it has to be mastered, you have to really work on it. And when you get there with it, it's fantastic. Right, I'm going to go across the grain here now. And I've catched it against the grain pass on my next pass. Oh, we've got for 18 minutes already, holy shit. Come on, Mads, get your finger out. Wonderful. I've also got my, as you've probably seen, my Canada shirt on today. Picked this up. I can't remember. Wherever the Toronto Raptors play, there's a sports shop inside a shopping mall there. It's only a little shopping mall, it's not very big. But it was a good little sports shop, it had lots of stuff in it. The service was pretty shit, I will say. Canadian people are lovely, but the service in that store was very average. Wow. That's buttery smooth against the grain. Sensational. I cannot wait to try the titanium. And the thing is, I know the shave's going to be spot on because the shave will be pretty much identical to this, but it's going to offer more weight than this but less than the stainless. And I think that's going to be pretty much the game-changing factor with the carved razors. We find that happy medium of weight. Fantastic silk. Yeah. Fan dabby dozy. So yes, I have screwed the edge on that straight, sadly, but you know, the cheap razors, I am gutted because it was a very special and kind gift from the stallion. I am gutted I've done it. I'll just need to send it off. I might send it over to one of the lads over east that hones over there. Mark Hierkes, I think it is, I'm not sure how to pronounce his surname. He is a hone maestro of very high calibre and very well respected and renowned throughout wet shaving. Right, I am going to pop a small amount of this on because I love the scent and I do love this balm. Club Cola 1912 balm. Now, like I say, just a very small amount, because I am going to pop on some AP Reserve. So there we go, that's all I'm popping on, just that there. Right, I'll leave that to soak in. It's actually quite well, it's getting thicker. I think it's because it's sat around for sort of 3 years. I got that quite a while after the soap because he wasn't doing balms at the time. Just going to clean the brush out. These hand-tied knots, they are fantastic. They're really high quality rhodium, declaration grooming, the shave mag knots. You know, there's a lot of knots out there that are hand-tied, but these ones they're so dense that the soap gets to the base of the knot, and then it is quite a challenge getting all the soap out. So there we go, so no hairs lost from the rinsing out process. There's still quite a bit of soak in here. You can see when you squeeze it that it holds the shape. That tells me that there's still quite a bit of soap in here. You've got to get it out, as much of it as you can. You don't want that sitting on top of the glue. The likelihood of it really damaging the glue is probably quite slim. The thing for me is, I don't dry my brushes knocked down, I dry them knocked side up. Maybe that's why they shine, I don't know. I am looking into getting a specific holder for this brush. From Some Making Required. He's not made any for a while now, but it's a magnetic holder, and what happens is that the coins, that Dan Robb, Wolf Whiskers, Turn and Shave, they just magnetise onto it and hang there on the magnet. Really nice. I love the design. I love how it looks like your brush is sort of floating. I think it's really nice. He only makes them sort of, he's got stuff there, sort of custom orders. He doesn't make them like, yeah, I've got the soap out now. He doesn't make them for a store too often. He had a couple on there. I was going to pull the trigger on one a while back. I didn't. I was going through a phase of will I not spend money and waste money, and when I wasn't at my best in terms of health, mental health. And just once again, thanks very much to everyone that's reached out to me, also reached out to others as well. I've noticed there's been a few comments on other people's comments, and just looking after each other, it's fantastic. It's such a great community. You know, not everyone in the community is great. You know, that's just the way the world is. That's the way things are. You cannot escape that. You're not going to find a 100% foolproof community where everyone has the same beliefs and thinks the same things. It just doesn't work like that. Just drying that razor off a little bit more. Right, post shave is fantastic. It really is. His balms are excellent. I've had a super close shave there with minimal issues. You can see it. I mean, my skin looks brilliant at the moment. I certainly do put quite a bit of it down to this stuff. It's very good stuff. At $50 a bottle. Oh, so I've wet my hands, one squirt. Looks like that. Damp hands. Great thing this is, you rub it everywhere. Now it's probably a little bit too much product going alongside the Wickham. Oh, it just feels incredible. This is really close. I'm getting better and better against the grain. Do you know what? I've got a bit of hair there. That's better. How did I miss that? That's gone now. There's a little bit of slickness on there from the creams and the balm, from the balm and the serum. Beautiful. Right, so I lost one hair from the brush today. I'm happy with that. I really am happy with that. Who knows, it would probably stop shedding, but I will send it back to Surgeon and see what it thinks. Wickham Soap Company, 1912 Vegetal shaving soap. All of Wickham soaps are Vegetal at the moment. He's got 1912 base, and he's got that base that he did for grooming department. Not grooming department, for the gentleman's groom room in Dundee in Scotland. It's a slightly different formula by the looks of it, different ingredients. Same ingredients, just less of them by the looks of it. But this one smells fantastic. It is 4 years old this coming December. In fact, probably older than that because it was probably made in maybe September, October or November 2016. Fantastic soap, smells great, good slickness, and the post-shave balm is really nice. I don't think there's much left in this, to be honest. It's very light now. The brush is my 28mm rhodium hand-tied knot from Sir Jan over in the Australian Capital Territory, and it's set into my That Darn Rob brush handle, which I got as way of a trade, a part of a trade with Craig Stanley of FaceFat. He's got a Cadman brush synthetic, and I got his That Darn Rob, which had a 26mm Fanturian knot in it. I was sort of happy really, because the knot, the hole in this that was made in this for the knot, it's actually 28mm, so this is a 28mm knot instead of a 26, like the Fanturian that was in there. So fantastic and happy about that. The first razor I got through a pass and a bit with it was the Gold Dollar. I think this is a Gold Dollar 100? 200? I think it's a Gold Dollar 100. Look, they're cheaply made, they really are cheaply made, but the steel holes and edge, it does shave. I just ruined the edge, but it does actually shave, and to be honest with you, the actual blade itself looks okay. It doesn't look like a cheaply made sort of blade, other than the fact it's got a lot of hone wear on it now. I'm assuming because having to hone it, you can see right along there the flat spot obviously takes its toll, but that's what you got to do with these cheaper blades. They're not made beautifully and perfectly, but they do a job, and I will get that re-honed and get it back in action again. I've just screwed it up. I might give it a good strop again and just see if I can bring the edge back, but I think the edge is gone. I think I've rolled it and it's gone. Finished off with a Carve Christopher Bradley razor. This is the aluminium version. Look, there's no doubt about it, Carve razors are hard to get hold of in general. You know, I think you can still get hold of the brass ones at the moment. The brass ones are fantastic. I'm just not a fan of the smell that comes out every now and then, and I'm not a fan of gold or brass at all. I don't like things that patina. The stainless steel is far superior in my opinion in terms of look, and it obviously doesn't patina. Very similar weight, pretty much identical shave. They are an identical shave if I'm honest. The aluminium for me is the better of the three so far. It's the lightest razor of the three by a long shot, but I just feel like I've got more control of the weight and the pressure. The titanium carve that's coming, I think that might be the best of both worlds. The look and the feel of steel with the lighter weight of the titanium, which will bring it closer to the aluminium weight. So I'm quite excited about using it. I can't wait to get it in the den and give it a go and just really see what it feels like. And yeah, give it a good blast. I finished off with a balm today, which I've not been using many post-shave products from other companies because I've been sticking to this because I want to try and give a true reflection of what this stuff's like and whether it's actually worth the money, because $50 Australian is a lot of money for 30 mil of stuff. But to be honest, like if you go to Codex, now this is 75 mils, so this is a way more product, 75 mils, 2.5 fluid ounces. This is the Super Skin Food. Now I've used this a lot and it's still full. It's like chockers, there's loads in here. And it does, in all honesty, as good, if not better job than what the AP Reserve Essentials does. But it's $50 American for that big tube of 75 mil, whereas it's $50 Canadian, Australian for this one. So it's about 30 American for this. So you can buy almost two of these for the price of one of the Codex. So it's still good value, still good value for money, definitely. Now, take for instance that, which is the facial oil. This is nearly finished. This is 30 mil, I think, 30 mil. This is 90, I think 90 American dollars. Or 80 American dollars, I can't remember. It's pretty darn expensive stuff. It works, I can assure you 100% that this works, because my wife's face has broken out pretty badly since she stopped using it, or ran out of it about a week and a half ago. She's broken out spots now. That might think, well, making a product that keeps stuff away and then when you stop using it, you break out straight away, that's the whole idea. I don't think it is. My wife's always had sort of dodgy skin. That stuff really helps her. So we are in the process of acquiring some more. And that's me done and dusted. What a cracking shave. I really enjoyed that. My skin feels fantastic. I've got I don't even think I had really any weepers. I think I had one under ear, but other than that, really smooth, really close, really hydrated. Fantastic. Stay safe, drive safe. Don't drink and drive. And don't forget to pop down your Fragrance channel name recommendations below. Like I say, the winner wouldn't win anything other than having the fame and glory of picking the name of the channel. That's about it. Catch you guys next time. Cheers.